Wow, So-Yun, I can't believe we survived World War II. What a day to be alive. Man, are we lucky. Well, honey, I'm off to work and to see the new world. Nothing can ruin this beautiful day. What are you doing? Dividing Korea with this line. What? Why? Dunno, just doing my job, sir. Oh, please excuse me, sir. Alley-oop. Hey, why'd you go over to that side of the line? I don't know, but my gut tells me that I've made the right decision. It is the year 1945. Germany had just had their asses handed to them after the Second World War, and Korea, previously under Japanese rule, had now been divided along the 38th parallel into two zones. The North, which was under Soviet rule, and the South, which was under US rule. Both countries occupied Korea for another 3 years before leaving as a result of the Cold War tensions, but not before instilling their ideals on the side they administered. We are now left with two sovereign states with opposing political ideologies and two leaders, Premier Kim Il-sung of North Korea and President Syngman Rhee of South Korea, both seeking to reunite Korea under their rule. Surely nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh, I'm gonna cross it. I'm gonna cross it. I'm gonna do it. You better not. Oop, oop, oh. Are you done fooling around? Because I have better things to do. And besides, you guys clearly don't have what it takes to cross over and invade. Nuh-uh. We have what it takes to cross over and invade. Oh yeah? You and what army? This army. Oh, you'd think I would have noticed that before saying what I said. On the 25th of June 1950, the Korean People's Army crossed the 38th parallel and invaded South Korea, marking the commencement of the Korean War. The UNSC quickly got wind of this and denounced North Korea's actions before proceeding to authorize the formation of the United Nations Command and the dispatch of forces to South Korea to help repel the KPA. 21 countries of the UN contributed to the UN force, with the United States providing around 90% of the military personnel for this task. The force was led by General Douglas MacArthur. Prior to that, the UN held a Security Council meeting, from which the Soviet Union and the People's Republic of China, two important allies of North Korea, were absent from. Why? Well, the Soviet Union was boycotting the UN for recognizing Taiwan as China, and the People's Republic of China wasn't recognized by the UN. So North Korea really didn't have much help from the inside. 2 months into the war, and the South Korean army and UN forces were on the brink of defeat, retreating to the Busan perimeter, where they continued to fight off KPA attacks. For 6 weeks they fought valiantly and almost lost when on the 15th of September 1950, the UN launched a risky amphibious counterattack that helped fight off the KPA in a battle known to this day as the Battle on Incheon, a battle that helped tip the scales of the war in the favor of the South Korean army and UN forces, as they went on to recapture Seoul and cut off the KPA troop supply lines in the process. They then pushed the KPA out of South Korea and beyond the Yalu River, the border between North Korea and China. And they probably got a little cocky and crossed it, and China was like, nuh-uh, so they sent the People's Volunteer Army to repel them. After their first and second phase offensive, the PVA managed to push the UN and South Korean forces out of North Korea. Now the KPA, with the help of China and also the Soviet Union, launched another attack on South Korea and captured Seoul again. They controlled Seoul for a little while, at least until the UN forces launched an attack known as Operation Ripper, recaptured Seoul, pushed back the KPA and their allied forces. The war was pretty much a back and forth sort of thing at this point, and it went on to become a war of attrition for the next 2 years, and by this time, both sides had had enough, and ceased the fighting on the 27th of July 1953, and also signed the Korean Armistice Agreement on the same day. The agreement also created the Korean Demilitarized Zone as the new border separating both countries. The Korean War led to heavy casualties from both sides, which makes it one of the bloodiest wars in human history.